Okay, so I'm going to make another video about autonomic storms and meltdowns, but I want to make just a shorter one to really focus in on one aspect, which is a lot of times when we see children in particular having what people call meltdowns or big outbursts, some people might call them tantrums, okay? Especially when those become physically aggressive. So if someone is hitting or kicking or biting um, themselves or someone else, people get really concerned, rightfully, right? We've been taught that it's not okay to do those things and we don't want anyone to get hurt, okay? So when that's happening, a lot of people focus in on their kicking, biting, hitting. We need to stop that. That's not okay, right? That becomes the focus of the conversation. And what I'd like to offer is that the kicking, biting, and hitting are an extreme version of an unmet need. Okay. So, all behavior is communication, in my opinion. And we are only going to get to that point if there's a whole lot of needs not getting met before then. So, or, in the moment, needs are not being met. So, what I would like to offer is that we not focus on eliminating the kicking, the hitting, the biting, but we focus on supporting the autonomic needs all the way along. So, a metaphor might be that if I were running a marathon and I didn't drink water, and then I um, passed out and had, severe dehydration, I would not be like, okay, let's focus on the dehydration. Like, we need to, like, not be dehydrated right now. Stop being dehydrated. No, right? I'm not going to tell someone, stop being dehydrated. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to get them some medical care and rehydrate them. And then I'm going to have a serious conversation with them about how, like, it doesn't make sense for someone to run a marathon without drinking water. And that's why the dehydration happened. So the physical aggression is a symptom. It is not something, it's not the focus, right? It's not the problem. It's just a communication. The problem is that they're either autonomically overwhelmed, and that's what I'll talk about in the meltdown video. They're in pain, and they can't communicate it, or there's another need that's not being met. Um, and that could be, any number of things. In the moment of physical aggression, what we're going to do is similar to what we would do if someone was having a seizure, right? Clear the area. So, asking someone who's in a meltdown to change their behavior is like asking someone who's dehydrated to not be dehydrated. Okay, so you're gonna clear the area and you're going to, you can follow the 7 S's for supporting meltdown that I'll put in another video. And once the person has come back to some homeostasis, you can then take the time to go back through, like, what were the unmet needs? What was going on? Where were they not drinking water in the dehydration metaphor? And how can we make sure that we're not putting them in the position to experience another meltdown? Um, because it's not a choice and it's not like a character flaw or something they could make decisions about in real time. It's not a manipulation, and we're not enabling them to try to understand where did that come from. And it's most often not about the specific, like, toy that got taken away that it looks like that's what happened. It's like a huge domino of things have happened typically before the one thing that it's like now that was sort of the last straw. Um, and specifically if it's like pain or if it's um, something that, let's say it's a digestive need or like a clothing that's uncomfortable, something like that, it may feel like to the person that it's because their Legos got taken away. But it's likely that it's something else entirely. Um, and that's why often when we're like, oh, okay, I'll give you back the Legos, like that doesn't fix it, even if the person really thinks that's what's going to fix it. I just wanted to offer that like we're not asking someone to not be in a meltdown. We're using the meltdown as information from the nervous system that like something else is going on. And then our job is to, keep someone as safe as possible during the meltdown. And again, I'll refer you to the 7 S's from Corey Andreas about how to support in real time in a meltdown. Um, and then once the meltdown has like the wave has um, come back down, then we're going to do some real good sleuth detective work about what else is going on. Okay. And then we're going to focus on that what else so that we prevent meltdown rather than trying to ask someone to act differently in a meltdown because an animal body does need to hit and scream and bite and run during a meltdown. That's part of it. Just like how a dehydrated body needs to pass out. Okay. I don't know as much about dehydration. Lots of love, and I'll link those other videos.